Hey everybody! So one of the other requests that we got was a guide to the red weapons. These are unique or ostensibly unique weapons, and we're going to also talk about weapon traits while we're at it. And with me, as usual,
is Loon. So
hiya, hiya.
this is going to be a mellow video. Just going to chat about weapons and their perks. So the Vanquisher, it is unique. You cannot get this set of traits on any orange. Regrowth normal, swift slaying, charged, and heroic killing blow. The crossbow can shore up the lack of armor piercing on this one. Repeater pistol, definitely for storm vermin. It does not pair well with the brace of pistols, in my opinion, based on these traits and its two-handed sword, because it's already a trash basher.
Right.
The axe, this is not unique. You can get these traits on any weapon, but it's an axe. I mean, look at this axe. This looks pretty cool.
Look at this frickin' axe. The main thing that I'm not a fan of on this one is simply it has swift slaying on the charged instead of the normal attack.
Well, it's only going to hit one target at once. I think this goes well with any weapon, but
right, so hitting the normal attack will hit it faster.
The rapier pairs very well with the brace of pistols for pure style.
Style indeed.
It will go with any weapon, especially the volley bow too. Regrowth and off balance indicate a conservative choice, specializing in ranged as well, but I feel like it's a weak overall set of traits for this weapon, which could benefit from attack speed or killing blow, and it's not unique.
You really do want killing blow on the rapier. It helps it out a lot.
The falchion looks great. The Defier of the Dark has Bloodlust, Perfect Balance, and Dev Blow, a solid choice all around. That's not unique. You can get this on oranges. Perfect Balance and Bloodlust are just great overall. Extra stamina, healing a lot, because this weapon's guaranteed to get plenty of kills. Not bad at all.
And ironically, this is the exact trait setup I use when I'm trying to design a weapon for my bots.
Now the repeater pistol, only good against storm vermin. I'm going to say that again, because it's true. You shotgun the crap out of them.
Yeah.
Mastercrafted reload speed, definitely a waste of a slot on this. This thing
Absolutely.
Reloads fast. Extra capacity is okay, and I would not take regrowth. It is not unique. And you can skip the red, definitely.
It's mostly a vanity item.
This is too. I don't understand distraction on a single hit weapon. They don't even have rupture, and Skullcracker, while okay, this is not unique. It would probably pair well with the rapier demon spit, but it still lacks targets.
Yeah,
here.
you really need targets here to bring out the beauty that is the brace.
Distraction though, what the hell? The Inquisitor crossbow has Mastercrafted, Bloodlust, and Hawkeye. Hawkeye probably has a place on the crossbow just because of the bolt drop and all that. And it's a crossbow. Mastercrafted and Bloodlust play to its strengths of killing lots of enemies in one shot. This is a great horde thinner.
Mm-hmm. I frequently use that sort of thing before I got my volley crossbows. It is hilarious to watch an entire horde go down.
This is where a theme is going to start. Mastercrafted, extra capacity are great on a volley bow, but Skullcracker is broken on bow, crossbow, and the bolt staff. So that's a dead perk. This is not a unique trait setup either, but that ruby in the handle there is pretty ballin'.
It is indeed. Then, despite the fact that it has a dead perk, it still pairs well with practically everything because it's a volley bow.
Exactly. The one-handed sword, which I'm not a fan of based on the combo, at least has perks that, pair well with a true flight maybe. Regrowth charge 10% is above what is a higher percentage of what you get on an orange. Some reds, mostly Kerilians, have this thing where their regrowth is higher.
Killing blow is only on the normal, however.
Yes. Heroic killing blows a charge. Star Shard is great. It's all guaranteed perks, very defensive in place of the dagger strengths of being a 1 stamina per push. It's great. I love these, and they go. And the backstab goes well in hand with the overhaul to daggers.
I'm contractually obliged to not say anything good about elf weapons.
It is not unique though. You can get down an oranges easily enough. The glaive. These traits all play perfectly to the glaive. And Swift Slaying gets a 7% chance versus the regular 4 on an orange. So these traits all go perfectly with this weapon. I'd say it's...
Again, contractually obligated to not say anything good about elf weapons.
This thing is like jewel encrusted and everything. It's crazy. The dual sword reds, these again pair more with the True Flight because they're Scavenger's presence. Swift Slaying N is great on dual swords. because they hit 4 targets and infinite chaining swings on light attack. But the regrowth charged is garbage because it only hits 2 enemies. And 3%, that's just as much as a 2-handed hammer. Pass on this.
I've done the math out, and basically anytime you see something less than 5% on a healing proc, you might as well presume it doesn't exist.
Regrowth 10% higher than oranges, off balance for like anything you don't kill, and killing blow for everything that you're going to be hitting anyway, which is everything because it's a sword and dagger. I have extolled the virtue as this being the greatest striking weapon in the game. It's not unique either. You can get that on.
I ended up giving that to my Kerilian bot, and I never have to worry about her unless a storm vermin gets up in her grill.
This weapon is garbage. Do not ever use the red swift bow. Knockback 10%, inspirational shot, which restores teammate stamina when you get a headshot at any time, and scavenger. All bad. Don't use this bow. Inspirational shot only has use in last stand. And even then, it's kind of questionable, but, you keep your tank stamina up all the time, but in a regular map, it's never useful. And you would really want it on auto-locking weapon like the Bolt Staff. I don't think the True Flight can get it. Blade Leaf Hagbane, it's good. Ammunition Holder, Distraction for saving down teammates, and Hail of Doom plays to all the strengths. The Living Longbow is actually unique, because you cannot get this setup of traits on a longbow. The Red Swiftbow was unique just for the fact that it had inspirational shot, but it's uniquely bad in that case.
Yeah, unlike the Swiftbow, however, this one can't be redeemed by bots that always headshot when they shoot.
The Living True Flight is not unique. You can get these traits on an orange. Mastercrafted on bows increases their attack speed, which it sorely needs. Hail of Doom is always good on a True Flight, but Ammunition Holder means that you are going to be using this specifically for specials. Because Scavenger would be more for everything, because you could just kill, plenty of rats in front of you with that one.
You can kill 3 rats with 1 arrow and get 3 chances to get 1 arrow back. Yes. You make the call.
The Okri Axe. Heroic Killing Blow, Swift Slaying, Charge, 7%, and Bloodlust. This is unique. You cannot get this lineup of traits on an orange.
Yeah, and it is worth noting that this one I actually like a little bit, because Heroic Killing Blow and Swift Slaying both are on the charged attack.
Bach is amazing. This is also unique. It is Regrowth Normal, Dev Blow, and Swift Slaying Charge. It's a very fast weapon as of 1.5 as well. This is just an all-around amazing weapon, and since you're hitting infinitely, Regrowth Normal is fantastic.
It really is. They're all damaging hits that count as damage. So
they all proc, yes.
Yeah, they all proc. It's unlike the.
Man, check out this axe. This is a dwarven axe.
That is a serious axe.
It is unique. You cannot get this trait on oranges, but it lacks backstab. Anything other than Heroic Killing Blow, I would have taken.
I really want to like that axe, but without backstabbery, which is
great for ogres. Yeah,
it's beautiful for ogres and also beautiful for storm vermin. And I really don't accept a great axe without one.
The Karak is not unique, and it is quite frankly one of the worst reds because regrow charge. Perfect balance is okay, but safety in numbers, this lineup just does not mesh.
Safety in numbers is really obnoxious to trigger with slow weapons, which the Great Hammer is the slowest weapon.
The most important thing when triggering an assist is pushing. That's the best way to do it. And Perfect Balance helps that, but you might also want to block, and that's a crowd control weapon. So the Hammer and Shield we've talked about in the weapon videos. It has Killing Blow. It is unique because it has Killing Blow. Perfect Balance and Improved Guard just make it tankier.
I really wish this had a healing thing, because otherwise, if it did, I would never use anything else.
The Okri Axe is way worse because Swift Slaying is on charge, which only procs once per bash. But it is faster. You could get some use out of it. However, I do not approve of the ununique Perfect Balance and Improved Guard yet again. This needs Dev Blow and or even better, improved pommel.
Just bloodlust, man. Seriously, I will continue to maintain, and this is one of the reasons why I like this pick. The number one most important thing your weapon can do is heal you.
Look at that, Killing Blow, Bloodlust, Swistling.
Bless, that is gorgeous.
Bardin's video, I said this is the Olympian Council of Reds for every reason, because no weapon can get that kind of trait setup. That also...
I'm kissing my fingers like a sous chef.
That also benefits the weapon so well on its own. The Drakefire Pistol Reds, they're okay. If you get these, they're great, because Hail of Doom's good. Stability is mandatory, which is really the only reason that, like the only thing you really want. Regrowth is fantastic, because the blast hits everything.
Indeed.
So you'll be healing very well with this.
There's one time my regrowth lucky procced three times on one blast. I'm pretty sure I thought my computer was bugging out.
The Drakefires were not unique. The handgun is also not unique. You can get this on oranges. Rupture and Mastercrafted, best traits for a handgun, if you ask me.
Yep. No.
This is why
on there. Well, I feel this is the ideal handgun.
You can get this on oranges as well, but it's also better than Kruber's red handgun because that does not have rupture.
Quite so.
I just noticed about the Grudge Raker when I made this video. It has two triggers for the barrels. It's a really nice attention to detail. This is unique because shotguns do not get Skullcracker. I think it's pretty good overall. But a Mastercrafted maybe not so much because you have extra capacity. The crossbow is unique because it also has Skullcracker, which, as stated, is broken on this weapon. But it still has Bloodlust and Mastercrafted, and that's all you need.
It really is. I mean, obviously it would be better if that was Ammunition Holder or Scavenger, but even then, just having Mastercrafted and Bloodlust, it's a joy to use.
Skrinster's Folly, Sienna's one-hand mace, is total trash. The mace combo, I think, is awful. This trait setup does not make a lick of sense for her either, because it's not playing to her strengths with Earthing Rune for the staves. Heroic Killing Blow, really, no and maces have backstab access for her. No backstab. Bloodlust.
Hot take, this is a great weapon for a bot.
Sure, whatever. But it doesn't help her spell casting like this one does, so I say it's garbage.
Yeah, no, I would definitely agree with that. Her other weapons are better. Non-ideal because the Earthing Rune and the Regrowth tend to be on different strikes, and particularly on the one-handed sword here, Regrowth charged.
I don't want to be pushing with the one-handed sword.
Exist.
I don't want to push with these swords. I want to be swinging it and procking overcharge reduction, and maybe having Bloodlust because the fire DOT will heal me if I switch back to it. These are not ideal, but they're okay if you get them.
Well, yeah, the Fiery Eye of Ashki has a much better trait setup, but they're trapped on a flaming sword, which is substantially worse than the one-handed sword.
These red staves are quite a sight. They take up so much of your screen. I'm not bothered by that, but they are pretty. It's a shame they suck. The Conflagration's the best one among them. Why is Distraction on a Fireball staff? Excuse me. Like holy
stability.
Crap. Yeah, no stability. Saying. No stability.
Please, stability.
Why? The Bolt Staff has Skullcracker,
which doesn't work.
Yes, that's why it's unique, because it's the only one it does, and it doesn't work. Inspirational Shot, which again is a last stand thing, which would be perfect on this weapon because it auto aims for the head. And then Stability, which I find mandatory on all these weapons.
Absolutely. Again, this would be a lot better if it just healed you instead of trying to do something cute.
It doesn't even have Hail of Doom. The Conflagration Staff, this is workable because it has Regrowth. You'll hit a lot of things. Stability, which is important as all hell. But Knockback, you can do without. This weapon, it's the difference between knocking a Storm Vermin on his ass and just shoving him backwards with, a better Dev Blow.
He does, however, look hilarious when that happens.
Yes, it's great. The Beam Staff, again, Distraction. Yes, it has a Fire Blast, but if you had Mastercrafted, you could prevent your teammate from going down at all. Mm-hmm. Regrowth, okay. Stability, okay, but Distraction kills this one, if you ask me.
Yep. It is. I always do feel it's kind of nice when the Reds aren't the end-all, be-all, however.
This one is unique.
To go for.
The Dryzacker, the one-hand sword, is unique because you can't get this on oranges, of course. It has Heroic Killing Blow and Regrowth on the same one. It hits infinitely because it's a crowd control weapon and Swift Slaying on the normal. It can work pretty well, but there's a lot of risk involved in this one because there's low chances.
Yeah, they really needed regrowth at about 5% for it to mathematically compete with your other options on the orange.
The truncheon is amazing. I used this a lot back in the day, even before the weapon buff. Bloodlust, Second Wind, and Swift Slaying normal plays to its strengths. Second Wind, 50% chance if your block is broken or you block an attack without stamina that you get your stamina back. Mm-hmm. It's okay. It can save you. It's not bad.
It's particularly hysterical when you get punched by Roger.
Yeah, that's where it helps the most. Reikland's Razor, a two-handed sword, has safety. I think it's okay. It's unique. You can't get this on oranges as well. Regrowth C, whatever. Swift Slaying is good, and safety in numbers because it's this is a team play weapon. You got to work with your team properly with two-handed weapons.
Unfortunately, the two-handed sword only hits a certain number of rats
6
before getting stuck. So,
but it's still pretty good, and you shove rats and you give the shield to your buddies.
It's not good at shoving. Anyway,
I don't know why you say that because it's the same as this one.
This one isn't terribly good at shoving either.
Oh, it's totally is. Swift Slaying and it's good. Perfect Balance is good, and Scavenger pairs it well with a Blunderbuss.
I suppose so.
The big thing about the red shield is that, Jesus Christ, it does not obscure your vision when you block with it. Like, if you know the orange shield, that's a huge concern, and it's a reason why people would rather use blues over oranges.
I honestly feel like not having Dev Blow on any shield weapon is squandering the biggest advantage you have to carrying a shield, though, so I can't be a fan of
Regrowth Charge on a shield was completely useless, too, because it only can proc once per hit.
Right.
But it was unique. It was unique. Yeah. This is like Bardin's Hammer and Shield, but even more unique because it has Off Balance. This is a team play weapon to the max, because Off Balance makes enemies take 3 times damage.
It's also amazing for Kruber bot to use because otherwise he takes forever to kill something.
Tal's Reach, the handgun is not unique. You can get this on oranges, and you should because it doesn't have Rupture. Skullcracker's okay, but honestly, no.
Yeah, I mean, there's
not
so
on a
much
handgun.
better stuff you can put on a handgun.
I've seen people kill Storm Vermin, like 2 Storm Vermin with a single headshot. That's pretty good, and you can do that with Rupture. You're not going to do that with hit Skullcracker. The Golden Griffin, this is not unique, but it works.
It is sexy looking.
It works because it's a run and gun weapon, so you've got Targeteer, extra capacity, and Scavenger, and it will kill Clan Rits in one shot on Nightmare. This is not bad.
The only problem, honestly, is that it's going up against a handgun.
This Blunderbuss is ballin'. I just love the way it looks.
It looks awesome. It works awesome. My only problem with it is, again, distraction, which is just...
Well, it works on this because it has a wider range, and it's unique because it has also Skullcracker, which works. This is a very killy Blunderbuss that pairs well with the red two-handed hammer.
Well, hopefully everybody has gotten a general idea, not just of what reds to go for, but also what traits you should be looking for on your weapons. Take good care, y'all.